All right, welcome everybody to the January 9th meeting of the Anime Detour. As you'll notice, Troy is unfortunately still out, so you're all stuck with me for one more month here leading this. As a general reminder, there's less than 9 weeks until the convention here, so we are in last-minute panic mode here, everybody. Let's keep ourselves focused because we don't have much time. We have to get everything we need here done. Before we start, though, let's get some partner announcements. Tristan, we're getting a lot of echo here. Can you tone that down a little? Thank you. Dave, what's GPS doing?
Hello. First of all, put on my GPS hat. I am the treasurer. Mic up. Anyway, I'm smiling, but you can't see. Anyway, I'm treasurer of GPS, which runs this facility. We don't really have any announcements, but our associated group called Console Room, the Twin Cities, as far as I know, only Doctor Who convention is January 21st to the 23rd at the Airport Hilton down in Bloomington. So we'd like to all encourage you that if you're Doctor Who fans, to go visit. Our site's out there under consoleroom.org. As ATC board president, there's not much going on. We hope that our officers and our board members stop going to the emergency room because that would be really great. We'd like to, as part of the board, to make sure we appreciate your helping us out and having a great time at this convention and to drive safe. Not like the guy who almost killed me today. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Dave. So before we get started on our regular divisions, just a couple more of our general announcements. We are still looking for more staff. If you know anybody, any friends or anybody who has some free time on our hands, now is a great time to conscript them. Get them into staff here, get them to join the convention, and it's less work for all of us. Trust me, you'll thank yourself for doing it later, too. There's a number of different departments that need staff, so whatever they want to try and do, we've got space for them. And if they don't know what they want to do, we'll find space for them. Lots of our staff members end up joining without actually having a general department in mind, and they still end up doing great. We also have a number of open department head positions still, so if you're looking at possibly taking a little more of a leadership role in the convention, there are various departments that still could use an actual leader in them. I know you've all heard them before, but I think quick just run off, it's what? Logistics, reservations, exhibit hall, and merchandising, and marketing. And as Andy is stepping down, hopefully after this year, we are looking for another division head. So if you want to really move up in the convention, you can try and apply to be a division head here. You don't actually have to be a department head to be a division head. And even if you don't necessarily make it to being division head, applying is always a good idea just to let us know that, hey, you're interested in moving up in the convention and you want an extra responsibility. So we can find different positions for you even if we don't necessarily choose you as the division head. Yes, Kiki?
What does the division head do?
So the division heads are overseeing each of the departments. So we each have about 5 to 6 different departments that we're overseeing, effectively acting as the managers to the department heads there. And then during the convention, we actually operate as the on point so that Troy, whoever the chairman is, isn't killing himself working 72 hours on point. We're cycling in and out of that. So we're operating as something of an executive team where we're not quite the chairman, but we work with the chairman on a lot of the executive decisions. We can go into a little bit more in-depth detail if anybody's interested. Reach out to any one of us. We can go over it with you and what the exact responsibilities are. And if nobody applies, Andy's got to stick around for another year, and I don't think anybody wants that. So, moving on to the divisions. Alex, you want to start? I think we can let Andy start that.
No one tells me anything. Hello, I'm Andy. I am the vice chair slash division head overseeing the departments of charity auction, merch, marketing, of tabletop gaming, volunteers, themes, and facilities. So for updates, today is the last day that volunteers will field requests for volunteers at the convention. So far, volunteers, the department, have heard from facilities, programming, and Concom. If you are not one of those departments and you would like to have volunteers at the convention from the attendees, please submit your request to the volunteers department by 8 p.m. tonight. Let's see. Themes is also waiting for program book content from departments. So Jeff Senzo will send out reminders to those departments who still haven't sent in their updated program book content. And let's see, nothing for tabletop, nothing for charity auction. I think that's yeah, that's all the updates that I have for my departments. And Kiki, to elaborate on answer to your earlier question about what a division head does, basically it's well, we're kind of a liaison of sorts between the department heads and the chair, so that the chair is not overwhelmed with issues from all the departments all at once. So we kind of act like kind of a filter in that regard. So some things that we're able to handle by on our own without having to get the chairman involved, and on other issues, we decide on things as a team before coming up with a resolution. So hopefully that's helpful. All right. Okay.
Just pulling up my list of updates. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm also one of the vice chairs for Anime Detour. I have updates from all of my departments today. So, first off, I have ConSuite. Department heads should have received an email in the last few days with their food requests. Make sure those are in by February 15th. Cosplay, they have one judge set up for the masquerade competition. They will be sending out emails to 2 other possible judges this week, and they will be picking up trophies today, so they are updated for the coming competition. Exhibit hall. Basically, the exhibit hall committee met earlier this week, and we have finalized the vendors we will be asking to join us for 2022. Those emails will be sent out by midday Wednesday, and then they will have to finalize their contract with us, and pretty much good to go there. Yes. We have finalized a few more of our guests that will be attending for 2022. We will be sending out flight info as well as requesting panel submissions from our guests. And we plan to now announce some of these new guests in the next few weeks. IT, they've updated and published, updated or published 6 content pages on our website the past couple weeks. They resolved some formatting issues. The front page of our website also looks a little bit different now. We updated the navigation on the front page. They've also changed how they're alerted if there's a site outage. And they've begun documenting, basically creating SOPs for how everything works on the website. Logistics. Although we don't officially have a someone taking over as department head. Tristan, who is our tech head, has agreed to help out and head the logistics department for 2022, because without logistics, we do not have a convention, because they move everything from storage to the hotel and back to the locker afterwards. On that note, we are in desperate need of logistics staff. If we do not have people to help out with logistics, we cannot have a convention, because we need to make sure we move in on time and move out on time per our contract with the hotel. So if you know of anyone who is interested in helping, please contact our admin team and let them know you are interested in specifically helping logistics, or to contact Tristan. And then tech. All tech requests were due over a week ago. Any further tech requests will have to be reviewed by Tristan, myself, and then the corresponding division head. So if it was a request by registration, it would be reviewed by Niketa as well. There will be OSHA training. Anyone who wants to be anywhere near the stage during the convention will have to have OSHA training. This will occur after the meetings on January 22nd, February 6th, and February 19th. If you need OSHA training and are unable to attend these meetings or any one of these meetings, please contact Tristan so he can find a way to set up a way for you to get your OSHA training. And then for video, they're looking good for staff. Funimation and Crunchyroll have been confirmed as they will have streaming rooms at the convention. We are still looking to fill our third streaming room right now, just waiting to hear back from a couple companies. And that's all I have.
All right. And finally, Michael, obviously the last division head, covering Concom, Artist Alley registration, reservations, two weirdly named ones, video gaming, and programming and room parties. So starting back with Concom here, as we've been saying, we are a little bit short-staffed. Concom especially is looking for extra help. So if you've got a few extra hours during your shifts, then you think you can help out Concom. They mainly need help, especially for just line wranglers. So it's fairly easy work. It's just making sure lines don't get bundled up and people stay where they're supposed to. It's easy ways to get hours so you can get to your free badge. And it will also help them tremendously because it's very important work. Reach out to John either by email or in the meeting here if you're interested in helping him out at all. Otherwise, for the department heads, you have to get your forms for any radio requests that you have, and if you've got any special events that you think you need extra safety help, get that back to him. They are going to be doing the radio training online this year. You'll be seeing information on that pretty shortly here once they've got that finalized down. Registration, a couple important deadlines coming up. There's the February 6th registration deadline, and then also February 18th is the deadline for any rollovers or transfers of registrations. More for the general public, not necessarily us. But as we were mentioning, anybody who does work convention 12 hours this year does get a free badge. So if you are looking at actually working that long, we do need to actually get you in the system before we can get you a free badge. So you have to register with Clarissa either in person or online, and you get refunded for it later. So make sure you are registered, otherwise you can't work at the convention. Very important. Artist Alley has 65 artists who have accepted applications. Otherwise, they are just waiting to finalize payments and everything, so that's all going good for them. Room parties has 12 current room parties. They had a 13th who had to drop due to a COVID exposure concern. So we are at 12 room parties. I believe they're actually still open if anybody has a last-minute room party idea they want to try and get submitted in. That would be a great time to do so. We could use more room parties, but that's within line with what we're expecting this year. Programming, all panel submissions are due by the 31st. So if you've got an idea for a panel, get it in to Dave. Submit it through the forms online. Panels are the lifeblood of the convention. That's what a lot of people come here to see. So without panels, don't have as much of a convention. Get panels submitted. And if you don't even know if you necessarily think you necessarily think you can run a good panel, if I can talk here, submit it anyways. Panels are always fun, even if you're trying to half-ass it and wing it as you go. Finally, from reservations, from me, because we're still looking for a head for that, not Judge Wink Wink. If you have not gotten your rooms submitted yet, apply for your rooms now. The hotels will close those room forms about a month in front of the convention, so that's less than a month from here. If you do not have the link for the staff hotel reservations, reach out to me and I can get it to you. I know some of our staff emails are bouncing into spam folders. So make sure you are checking your spam folders for whatever your AD staff email is, because some of the general emails we're sending out to the whole staff are getting kicked down into spam. Don't want to be missing important announcements, especially so close to the convention. Which finally leads us into the last couple announcements we have from some of our admin here. There it is. Outside of checking for the spam folders, admin did send out an email to all the department heads for getting an idea for staffing, so make sure you get back to Ashley about that for the department heads if you have any extra staffing needs or what your current status is. And they say they do have some extra new staff who have expressed interest via the Facebook post that they're trying to get placed here pretty shortly. So department heads may see new staff reaching out to them via admin here. So even still, if you've got friends who are on staff and you haven't talked to them in a while, reach out to them. Make sure that they actually are aware the meetings are happening. We want to make sure that people aren't missing these meetings and being surprised by how early the convention is. It is March 18th to the 20th this year. It's much earlier than usual, so less than 2 months out here. Otherwise, that should be everything we've got here. Do you guys have anything else we got?
I don't have any outstanding questions in the chat either.
Anybody else have any questions out here? Anything they want to throw out? Rollover and transfer deadline is February the 18th. For rollovers, clear, so they can just do that online. Okay, so there's no form for rollovers. Just email AD_register at Anime Detour in order to get that rolled over. It is register, not registration. Be careful about that one. And we will get you rolled over. Otherwise, if nobody has any questions, I think we can call a pretty quick meeting here. All right, well, 20 minutes, pretty fast here, but I think we can call it. If anybody else is? Oh, all right.
Just a reminder, if you are watching us on YouTube, to make sure to sign in to the Google form saying that you were here, and to also comment in the chat. We also have, for anyone that is attending physically, we have our check-in sign-up sheets up front, so make sure you do that before you leave.
All right, I think we're all good to go then. 2 months, everybody. Keep it in mind. We can do this. Thank you.